Well, in just a few days, the popular and controversial social media app TikTok could disappear. Now, the app could go dark as soon as this Sunday in the U.S. This after lawmakers passed a ban.
So that all hinges on the Supreme Court. We're watching the Supreme Court in their questioning in recent days. It seems like they are willing to let that ban take effect. We know a lot of you are content creators, especially in the Bay Area, and you're worried about your livelihood and what could happen next.
Every single day, just kind of like holding your breath and like waiting to see what happens. And I have some brand deals that I'm supposed to post in February. I don't know if I'm going to get to post those or not. I don't know if I get to complete that contract and get that income or not.
So we know a lot of you have questions, and we are going to our expert and our buddy, CNET Tech Reporter Abrar Al-Hiti joins us now for Wired Wednesday on this important deadline. It's going to affect a lot of people, Abrar. So let's start off about what happens if this ban goes through. If you still have TikTok downloaded on your phone, what do you experience when you go to push the button on the app?
This is kind of a developing story because at first we thought if you already had the app on your phone, then it wouldn't magically disappear. You'd still be able to use it, but you wouldn't be able to get updates. So it would eventually become buggy and unusable. But now we're seeing reports that TikTok actually plans to effectively shut it down come January 19th if this ban goes into effect, which means that if you were to open the app, then you would get a pop-up that leads you to a website that explains the shutdown. You would still be able to download your data, but you wouldn't be able to use it. So that's information that's just coming in now from some anonymous sources to the information.
Okay, so in the meantime, we've seen users rally against this ban because for some of this is their livelihood. This is how they make their money. We're even seeing some head to an actual Chinese-owned app sort of as an alternative and an act of resistance. Tell us about that.
Yeah, this is an app called Red Note, which has been the #1 app in the App Store for the last few days. It's very similar to TikTok, kind of more of a Pinterest, Instagram vibe as well. There's short form videos and images and shopping. This is still a China-based app, but it is not owned by ByteDance. And what that means is that, yes, it could eventually get banned because it is still owned by a Chinese company, but because it's not ByteDance owned, the threat isn't imminent. So a lot of people have been flocking to that, not just to look for a TikTok alternative, but also as an active protest of saying, hey, we don't care if China has our data. We just want an app that we like.
So much of this comes down to politics as well. So we've seen President-elect Donald Trump pushing for a delay in the ban so he can find what he calls a political resolution. He sort of warmed to TikTok by his own admission. He really felt like the videos helped to get the younger vote. He can't do anything until after his inauguration, at least formally, right?
That's right, because this ban would go into effect January 19th. And then guess what happens January 20th? Trump takes office, right? So then he can ask the Justice Department not to enforce a law or not to prosecute companies that make TikTok available on their app stores like Apple or Google. But there's going to be that slight gap there. And you could also grant a 90-day delay to the law if there is a sale that's underway. If ByteDance does say, okay, fine, we'll sell TikTok to a U.S. entity.
Okay, so overall, this ban, as lawmakers have said, is an effort to protect consumers and U.S. national security, but there's critics of that as well. So is this going to protect Americans' data at all?
That's really the question here. A lot of critics have said that, there's really no solid backing or evidence for the government's claims against TikTok, that, we haven't really seen it be a national security risk. ByteDance has repeatedly said that, those claims are false. So the larger argument here is that there should be kind of something that's applied to more social media platforms that really protects users' data and isn't just targeted towards TikTok.
Okay, what a conversation it is. And TikTok for TikTok. Abrar Al-Hiti, nice to talk to you, my friend. Thank you again for room.